Hi all my YouTube viewers, Ed Palestine here. I'm making this video because previous two videos, or maybe even three videos really, I was speaking to you about my financial difficulties and the problems that I'm having with my benefits. And so basically in the UK, if the government says you're sick and the UK government says I'm sick, they say I'm mentally ill, and they force me to take medication, then what they do is they give you a benefits because you're sick. And I was working permitted hours. You are allowed to work when you're sick, and I was working permitted hours. I was working 14 hours a week, which was less than the maximum 16 hours a week that you're allowed to work. So I wasn't overworking. And if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know I'll be talking to you about the problems that I've had. Number one, with the benefits office cutting off my benefits. And number two, this charity that I went to not really wanting to talk to the benefits office. And so those problems combined means that I haven't had any benefits for 3 months. More than 3 months really. So I didn't get my benefits in December, so January, February, March. So it's definitely 3 months that I haven't had any benefits. And I need to have the benefits because the money that I earn doing permitted work, which is just minimum wage, does not cover my expenses. It doesn't cover my rent, doesn't cover my council tax, doesn't cover my water, electricity, phone bill, I don't know, food. So basically I can pay my rent and my council tax with what I'm getting with the permitted work, and anything else that I need, such as to pay my phone bill, to pay the water bill, pay the electricity bill, buy food, I have to use my savings. And so now I'm living off my savings. Well, if you watched the video before last, I said that the benefits office called me. So they phoned me at like 5:30 in the evening, and I didn't initially hear them because I was listening to a video that I had made, and I don't know why, but I didn't hear the phone ring. So when I realized that they rang and I didn't hear the phone, because all I have is a smartphone, I had my phone with me. So when they rang and they told me that they were going to ring me either yesterday or today. And so yesterday I had to get an injection in my eye. But other than that, I had my phone with me the whole time. I even had my phone with me when I was getting the injection in the eye, even though I would not have been able to pick up the phone because I was getting an injection in my eye. And today I had my phone with me all day long. And so guess what? I had my phone with me all day long Wednesday, had my phone with me, or all day long Tuesday, and all day long Wednesday, all day long Thursday, because on Tuesday, I believe it was Monday, it was that he said he was going to call me on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I've had my phone with me all day long, 2 days waiting for this call. Guess what? They didn't phone. So the benefits office has stood me up. And what the man at the benefits office told me was, he said that he was going to have to forward my case onto a manager, and a manager would make the decision as to whether I was going to get my benefits back or not. So I haven't heard anything back, so I don't know what the decision is. It's going to be a manager that's going to make this decision. And if I don't get my benefits back, then if they decide that I cannot have my benefits back, then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to appeal their decision. And so I don't know how to do that, but that's what I'm going to have to do, appeal their decision. And then when I appeal their decision, I'm also going to make a complaint about the way that they have treated me, because it's gone on. It was just horrendous when in December when they cut off my benefits. I rang up the benefits office and they said, yeah, your claim has been closed because you worked too many hours. And I said, no, I didn't. And they said, yes, you did. I said, well, what can be done now? They said, well, your claim has already been closed. And then they put me on hold, and they kept me on hold for an hour. And then so I put the phone down and rang back, and they said, well, we're going to, and they were rude. They were very rude. And they said, we're going to forward your claim to the back office. And then so the following day I rang up because they were supposed to phone me back, which they didn't. And the guy said, well, you worked too many hours. I said, well, I didn't work too many hours. And he said, yes, you did. Well, he didn't have my pay statements. He didn't know that. He was just saying that. And he said, well, they're going to phone you in 24 hours. Did they phone me? No. And so they decided just to cancel my claim and not tell me. They just decided that they weren't even going to phone me and tell me that they had canceled my claim. And then so I had to go to a charity, and the charity phoned this benefits office on my behalf. And that's how I found out that they decided to go ahead and cancel my claim without telling me. And then she asked for a mandatory reconsideration, which I didn't know they could do a mandatory reconsideration. And then when they did the mandatory reconsideration, somebody phoned me and said, oh, send all your documents to this address. So it's a free post number. So I sent all my documents to the address, and he said, I'm going to phone you next week. Did he phone me? No. And then so I went back to the charity, and then they rang the benefits agency, and they said, well, you just have to wait for a call. Just wait for them to phone you. Did they phone me? No. So I went back the next month at this charity, and then so basically I was speaking to a manager of the charity, and she didn't really want to fool around with phoning them and getting the bottom of the situation. So she told me to ring up, make a complaint to my member of parliament. Well, I sent the email like she told me to. It took 3 weeks for me to receive a reply. And while all this was going on, I'd had an injury at home, and I was in the hospital, the minor injury unit, and some buffoon was yelling at me, and I got upset. So I decided, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and ring the benefits office again. And then when I rang the benefits office, they said that they never received the documents. So if this charity had bothered to actually speak to the benefits office, they would have known that they didn't receive the documents. But the thing is the benefits office just fobs you off. And that's why you have to go to a charity to seek assistance. So so somebody phoned me again, and she told me another address to send the documents to. So I sent the documents to the address that she said, send it first class. I didn't have any money to send it recorded. I should have spent the money to send it recorded. It would have been probably about £10 to send it recorded, but I didn't. I thought that if I sent the documents first class, that would be enough. But Royal Mail won't track first class post, and I found that out later. And so I should have sent it recorded so it could be tracked. So it wasn't tracked, so I have no way of knowing why my documents were not delivered to the benefits office. And so I got upset, and so then what I did was I looked on the internet. The internet said if they say that they haven't received the documents, then take the documents into the job center, and the job center will scan them in. So I took them into the job center, and then when I got home, I rang the benefits office again, and they said, oh, well, we haven't received your documents. And and I thought to myself, what can you do? You're hand delivering the documents to the job center. What can you do? And finally, they said that they would put a note on my file that I was really upset and to keep an eye out. So at 5:30, somebody phoned me, 5:30 on Monday, somebody phoned me and said, oh, we received your documents and we're going to send your documents over to a manager and he's going to be the one to decide whether or not you get your benefits back. And then so basically I had my phone with me all day Tuesday, even though I was getting an injection in my eye, and I had my phone with me all day today, and guess what? They didn't phone. They stood me up. They didn't phone. That's par for the course that they say that they're going to phone and they don't. So this is the third time that this benefits office has said they were going to phone and they didn't. So now what I have to do is either tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to have to ring the benefits office again and find out what has happened, because they haven't phoned me back. And generally what they do is they just say, oh, well, we just canceled your benefits and didn't tell you. And so I'm expecting them to say that they decided to decline it and just not tell me. That's what I'm expecting. And then so if they've declined my mandatory reconsideration, then what I have to do is I have to appeal their decision. And then whenever I do, and I don't know how to do that, I've never done that. And then whenever I appeal their decision, I'm also going to make a complaint about the way they have treated me. And so I'm really tired and exhausted because on Monday I was up all day long and I'm supposed to rest. I'm on medication that makes me really tired and makes me need to rest. So I was up all day Monday working and sorting out this benefits problem. I was up all day yesterday, which was Tuesday, because I had to go to the hospital get an injection in my eye. And then someone came to my home. He normally comes on a Monday, and I had to give him things because I give him things. And then we had to go to this place where we can get a free meal because, number one, I'm destitute, and two, I don't have a proper kitchen. And because I don't have a proper kitchen, then I can't cook a lot of things. I have a multi-cooker and a rice cooker, so I can cook things in the multi-cooker and the rice cooker. I have a toaster, and I have a microwave oven, and I have an air fryer, but I can't do any baking or frying or anything like that. So we go to this place and get a free meal. And then after that, we went to Sainsbury's to get food to make for dinner tonight. And then, so today I was up all day. I got up in the morning, I had to study, I was working. I had somebody waiting for me when I finished work. And the reason why is because he needs a lot of attention. So he stayed with me for an hour, and I gave him a sandwich and gave him something to drink and gave him some crisps and talked to him. And again, all this money that I'm spending feeding this guy is actually coming out of my savings. And then after he left, I was doing some studying for my other YouTube channel, which is a data science channel. And then around close 4:30, I said, well, I'm hungry. I'm going to go ahead and make the dinner. And then I fixed chickpea spinach curry, which was good. Basically, what you do is you take the chickpeas, 2 tins of chickpeas, and you rinse them out, and you put a little bit of water in there for liquid, and then you take a hand mixer and you blend it all together to make it into a paste or a sauce or something. And then I take oil and onions and put them in the multi-cooker and sauteed onions and put a tin of tomatoes in there with a little bit of water to get all the tomatoes out of the tin. Put some spices in there like salt and pepper, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of garam masala, and then when that And then when it looks like, and then while you're doing all that, you're also cooking your rice in your other rice cooker, because I have a multi cooker and a rice cooker. So you're cooking your rice in your other rice cooker. And so when the rice in the other rice cooker is almost done, then you take a package of spinach leaves, fresh spinach leaves, by the way, and you put these fresh spinach leaves in the sauce that you made. And when the spinach leaves have wilted, which it won't take very long for them to wilt, you can take a bowl or a plate, whatever you like, and you can serve the rice on the bowl. I did it a bowl this time. Serve the rice in a bowl, and then you put the sauce on top of the rice. And then I tend to put soy sauce on everything. So you can have this chickpea spinach curry on a bed of rice with some soy sauce, or you can have it without soy sauce. And then so we finished our dinner, and I took pictures of the dinner that I prepared, that I made, and I put it on Facebook and sent it to a friend who's Indian descent and showed him what I made. And then washed dishes. And then by the time I did all that, I'm totally exhausted because I haven't had any rest today. It's just been nonstop. And guess what? The whole time I was doing all this stuff, I didn't get one call from the benefits office. So the benefits office has stood me up. So that means tomorrow, or maybe Friday, I've got to ring the benefits office and ask what's happened. Why haven't they phoned me back? Which this is minimum of the third time that the benefits office has said they were going to phone me back, and they haven't. So that's another complaint I have. If they don't give me my benefits back, I'm going to appeal it and then complain about the way they've treated me. And that's my day. I'm sorry I could not have been more positive, but that's just how my day is gone. So now when I finish this video, I'm going to get ready to take a bath. I'm going to put my night dress on, and then I'm just going to crawl in bed, and I might phone my mother because I pay, I think, £6.50 a month to talk to my mother in the United States for 100 minutes. So I think I'm going to phone her, even though I don't have any good news to share with her. So that's it. That's my day. So thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. And I will be making a new video for you very soon, because week after next I have to get my mammogram, which will be my first mammogram since being diagnosed with breast cancer. So that's definitely a video that I want to make. So thank you again for watching my video, and I'll be making a new video soon.